What's up, everybody? It's your boy Eva Illmatic, and I'm doing another YouTube video. And this time, you might see my previews about vinyls, cassette tapes, reviews. But today, I want to talk about, the cassette tape history. You know what I'm saying? People always wondering, like, wow, like, how you found these tapes and how these tapes work and how was my tapes in my era. Well, let's get to it. The first time, I fell in love with music, I was a little kid, and my first music I ever heard was one of my favorites, everybody's favorite in the whole world, was Wu Tang. And me, my dad, my mom, we have a lot in common, and every time my dad would stop the tape, like I would immediately cry, like I would be really mad. And I guess my dad was just like, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna teach you some music history. So, but I was a little young, but I started getting tapes, or I started getting to know how tape works back in '95 or somewhere '96, and I'll see my dad, living room with his dope stereo system. You know how people have like a tape player, this right here, a city set right there. They got these two giant speakers right there, and I remember how my dad always have like would have a huge of a collect of tapes, and then sometimes I'll be sneaking, sometimes I'll steal one, and I'll go to my room real quick and then put my headphones on. I'm just becoming like, wow, like this is dope. So I got into tapes, then you know how people back then they would have like big radios, like where we could carry it around. Well, the funny thing is, I didn't have like those kind of stuff like that. The only thing I did have, well, I remember while I was a kid, it was those karaoke machines. Like it'd be a tape player and then have a microphone and it would play like some goofy songs. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I enjoy it, but then again, I learned from it, and I enjoyed it. And around I would say '97, yeah, around '97. That's where blank tapes, blank tapes like this. That's where my dad like showed me how to record music when FM AM radio station would play, what time to start and how long would play, and when to stop. So what I do is like my dad would give me like three tapes and I'll practice, to see how to work this thing, like how to record and what will be my favorite songs I want to keep. Because back then, radio stations back then in my era was something like you want to play something again. You know, where I'm from, the best radio station was 92 point Q. So many radio stations. I mean, the radio station, that's the only thing I could remember. But so, and finally, I got a radio set that plays radio stations and plays a tape. And I get so frustrated because every time I would miss a song, and then I'm like, oh man, I gotta record real quick. Damn. So and then once that song's over, sometimes I'll have to wait for a week the song to play it again, and then finally come back on, and then I'll bring another tape. I'll make sure I record it, make sure the quality, it's the same equal. Make sure the volume's not too loud because you don't want to like play your tapes and then it will sound like real too. I don't know what the word I'll be looking for, but it would be like too fussy. Like you don't want to be like too bass about it. So what I'll show you is that this is my tape player. This is my best machines that I bought So what we do is, like we'll had this tape, we put, we put this in. Like I'm just using it as a example, like radio station, and sometimes we'll turn back like this way. If nothing plays, we'll turn it another way. Then boom. So once we hear it in the beginning, boom, we record it, and we record for like few minutes or so, and then we stop it. And once the tape is done, sometimes we like write something, like these are new tapes like today. I'll put some like extra naughties. I'll put like a mixtape, put like revive, a bunch of different songs from old school, new school. Just what I know about it, and and sometimes if we run out of blank tapes, sometimes we'll put like a little paper on it, put it in there, and we also record those too. You know, Also, when it comes to blank tapes, like you had like different blank tapes for 60 minutes, 90 minutes, and 70 minutes, and always like 90 minutes because it keeps the limit to make sure I have all my songs, so I don't have to worry about my parents like, oh, where's my tape, because back then, my parents always have like a real album tapes, which I will show you. Like this is a masterpiece right here. I will never forget this look. It's like every time you open it, you be like, wow, like you see through songs, you just look at it. It's just like, yo, this is serious. And you know, I mean, I just bought this tape few months ago. When it comes to tapes today, man, finding tapes like this are not so easy. You might be lucky if you're the one that catch it. You just gotta search some of like this right here, man. This is like the first time I ever felt in love with hip hop. And I remember my mom always bumping all the time. My dad always bumping all the time. And I always enjoy it. I'll be dancing like I'm like, yeah. And every time my dad stuffs the tape, I'll be crying. But my dad knows, and my mom knows, be like, yeah, we're gonna raise you as a music head. We're gonna teach you something. And I'm glad that I got experience with all the type of tapes and music history. And back then, in my 90 era, I was born 90s. CDs wasn't really jumping like that. Back then it was just tapes. That's all we know. It was just tapes. And what's so dope about it is that once again, like if I could play some old school songs like from rap and R&B, sometimes I'll have like neighbors come in, or I have like friends coming in, but like you'd be like, yo, can I borrow this, can I borrow that, can I borrow a dub, woo woo woo. And sometimes I'll let them borrow for it, and then sometimes they'll give me tapes that I may not have. So that was very dope back then. Mm. You know, even though I know about taste, but I didn't really took it seriously, like collecting. If I would collect something right now, I would guarantee you be, I would probably have over 100 tapes right now. So, but I'm glad, like tapes is still existing. Vinyl is still existing. Like this is all over globe right now. And I know a lot of people be like, well, we have iPhones, you could download music, or you could pay music 10 from. Well, see, this is what I told them. I don't know if I hope I can say this right. The difference between the phones and the cassette tape player, you could definitely tell the quality. Like every time I listen to my phone, it sounded way, it sounded too clean. It sounded too remastered. But every time I bump this on my cassette tape, I could definitely tell the difference. It sounded real loud, real raw. Something you just want to bump your head to it. Something like you just want to rewind. You be oh crap, like you heard what he says? Like tapes like this, man. Like this I would never let this go. Now the other thing I hate about cassette tapes, like take care of it, is kind of simple, but it's not always simple. If I'm saying it right, like for example, like if I will play something, and this is where I have always trouble with. If I play a tape, right, I didn't know that if it speeds up, it will ruin the tape. And I remember my parents get mad at me about it, like, man, why you keep playing tapes a lot? And then I don't remember. And then that's where my mom be like, if I hear the songs like speed up a little bit, sometimes you want to stop it and just relax it for a little bit. Then make sure the tape is all equal. Make sure it's all not crooked. Now play it again. But for tapes, I definitely want to give a big shout out to all the people that still have tapes, still have vinyls, still have physical CDs. Like I'm glad like it's still here. Yeah, like it just put a smile on my face and be like, wow, like we we the tapes, they're not dead. Now, when it comes to the radios of the tapes, we always have those big ass batteries. Like sometimes it'll put 8 batteries, or sometimes it'll put 12 batteries, and, and sometimes it'll work a trick. Like my mom showed me, like put the battery to freeze, and I guess it would charge up. So once it charge up, boom, use it again. And when it comes to radio stations to record tape, we'll have antenna. If it breaks, you know how to fix it. And if the door breaks, like for example, if that breaks, you definitely know how to put it in. Real simple and all. And like the tape, the cassette tape history, man, is still here. Like I'm very, very glad. Like it's much worth to get it. Now, what also comes to recording of my way back then, my parents couldn't give me like albums like that. Like sometimes I'll have to record it, because in case it breaks. My favorite mixtapes of my songs, like I put like Mobb Deep, Coogee Rap, Big Daddy Kane, Slick Rick. And for R&B, I'll put like Keith Sweat sometimes, or 3LW, Aaliyah, and just record. So I will make sure, wherever it breaks, boom, there I go. There goes my tape. Cause once you get these, man, once you find these, that's it. That's it. You could try to find those, but hey, you be lucky to find one. So that's my tape history, and that's it for my video. If you're enjoying this video, like it, and if you also really like this video, comment on it, give me your opinion about it. And that is it for my cassette tape history. I'm out. Peace.